You know, as I said before the game, that point away in Philly, you look at their last 3 results, see how they're doing. Was a big performance, and I knew it was. Not so many other people thought it was. But no, I would have taken 8 from 4 with obviously away games at Philly and Red Bulls. So yeah, it's been a good start. You know, I still, being as greedy as I am, I still don't think we've put a real top-notch 90 minutes together yet. You know, but when you look at the game today, it would have been a travesty if we hadn't taken all 3 points, considering I don't think they've had a shot on goal, I can't think. You know, and Dane last week earned his money. This week, he's kept the goal. And when I look at, you know, Bongi's opportunity and Fragger's, and, you know, Robin's had a couple of off good looks, and, you know, but at 1-0, you're never completely certain. You know, you're always a mistake away or a little bit of quality away from, you know, getting 1 point when you thoroughly deserve 3.
Asani started the game as a right back.
Yeah.
Then he changed
into midfield.
When TJ came into the midfield. Is he your Philippe Lam in Guardiola?
Yes. Well, so the one good thing about, I hope he's as good as Philippe Lam. Yeah. And no, we've said it on numerous occasions with Asani. He's got a really good feel for the game. Like, he was excellent at fullback, and then when he goes in midfield, then he brings his power and his physicality in there. You know, we were worried the way that they play and the way that they run with the ball, that Will might get another yellow card and that might change the course of the game. So we decided to change it. You know, and DJ did well last week in Red Bull. So, you know, we thought we'd put Asani in there, and I thought he did excellent when he went back in there.
Can you compare and contrast where you were last year at this time and this year this time, how you played?
Well, we're 8 points better off, and I feel a little bit better. And I'm sure our supporters feel a little bit better than this time last year. But, you know, as we proved last year, it can change very, very quickly. You know, what we have to keep doing, and what my job and what the staff's job is now, is to remind the players of what's got us 8 points from 4 games. And that's been having a really good solid base. I think our back 4 are excellent again this evening. You know, a couple of goals we've conceded. It's a good start.
It seems like Emmanuel Reynoso is fighting the ball a little bit right now. How do you get him on track?
Well, he'll keep doing what he does, you know, and we know that the quality's there. You know, I don't think the field helped him this evening. You know, the field's not been in a great condition at this moment in time. It was very bobbly, and he has so much faith in his own ability. At times he needs a good surface to play on. But, no, he'll be fine. But he's working hard, which is important. And, you know, them attacking 3 players, Fragger, Bongi, you know, whether it be Robin Lode and Ray, working with Luis now. It's new for a few of them, so that'll get better. I'm pleased for Luis because he's been working really hard. But I think if we create the chances, he'll score the goals. I really do. You know, I think he got 1 and 2 last year at Quito, and if he plays all the games here this year, I'll be very, very surprised if he doesn't get plus 15. I know he said 25 when he first got here, but we'll sort of remind him on that one.
Adrian, what's been key for you against Almeida since he came into the league a couple years ago?
Well, we have done well. They've changed slightly. They're not as man for man as they used to be, but they do change things around. Like that shape they started with Remedy dropping in and Calvo going to the left side of the 3, and they haven't done that this season. So it's, you know, they change it each time. But the most important thing is to stay disciplined and then move and play forward and run forward into the spaces that they leave. And I thought we did that in the first half very well, but I don't think our final ball was good enough in the first half. I thought we rushed it a little bit too much.
It was Hlongwani's first start tonight. What did you see from him starting from the start?
Oh, we've been really pleased with him. You know, he wanted to score. You could tell he had a great chance, and you know, a couple of times he had a shot when a pass might have been on. But no, we've been delighted with him. You know, he's settling in really well, and you know, starting to get an understanding of what we're looking for when we've got the ball, when they've got the ball, and in them moments of transition. So we've been delighted with him, and the new guys have come in I think have been excellent. They really have.
Were you good at school? Were you good at math in school? To figure out that games played divided by points earned equals 2, and you're good?
I wasn't so bad at school, Jerry. I know that might surprise 1 or 2 people, but Yeah, I wasn't bad.
Yes, still undefeated.
Yeah,
What's the key for those results?
a good solid base. Don't give goals away. Don't beat yourself. You know, must have watched 4 games today, 5 games. The amount of times teams beat themselves by always wanting to play instead of playing to what the game's giving you. And we haven't done that this year. When we've needed to put a foot through it, we've done it. We've defended as a good group. The people in front of the back four have done excellent, working really hard. And if we give ourselves a base, I know we'll always create chances with the people that we've got on the team.
Looked like Luis was pretty calm with his finish, but there were a couple other times where he might have
Yeah.
been a little rushed or.
Yeah, and I thought we were rushed in the final third, a lot of the first half. Final ball wasn't quite good enough and could have composed ourselves a little bit more, but I'm sure that'll come.
Did you get a look at Calvo's yellow card, and did you think it might be more?
I haven't seen it, but somebody said it looked pretty bad, so I don't know. I've not seen it.
All right,
Okay?
Adrian.
All right, cheers, guys.
Night. Good night.
Forward Luis Maria here. Ask your question. I will translate it to him in Spanish if he needs it. His English has actually gotten quite good, but I will be translating his answer. So.
Luis, can you walk us through your goal and then maybe talk about some of the other chances you had in the first half?
Que si puedes explicar tu gol y hablar quizás sobre los otros chances que tuviste en la noche.
Bueno, cuando hay situaciones de gol para un delantero es bueno. El día de hoy me tocó varias ocasiones, lastimosamente no pudieron ser concretadas. Creo que faltó un poco de precisión, pero bueno, lo importante es que el equipo ganó, que sacamos un triunfo y bueno, que pude ayudar al equipo.
¿Puedes explicar el gol?
Bueno, el gol también fue una transición rápida, me acuerdo más o menos, pero fue una buena asistencia de Robin, que me puso la pelota ahí y bueno, tuve que empujar y que bueno, fue un trabajo en equipo, digamos.
The goal was, it happened really quick in transition. He remembers it was a really great assist from Robin, so he was able to get it, but doesn't quite remember it fully. But overall, he felt like it was a really good chance creation by the team. And then what he said previously was, he had a lot of chances and unfortunately wasn't able to convert all of them. He felt like they kind of lacked a little bit of precision, but overall, at least, happy with the win and just, overall happy with the result for the team.
Luis,
Sí.
Gol y la verdad que se te vio muy bien hoy en la cancha. ¿Sensaciones del partido?
Bueno, fue un partido difícil, muy difícil. Es un equipo que vino a presionar, de visitante obviamente es difícil jugar. Y Minnesota se hace fuerte local, eso es, creo que, bueno, muchos equipos saben eso. Lo importante, bueno, como decís vos, me voy sintiendo mejor con el equipo, conociéndole a los compañeros y eso hace también que partido tras partido sea un poco más fácil de llegar a la situación de gol y tener un partido como el de hoy.
The question was that he was looking a lot more comfortable out on the pitch, just what overall, how did he feel about the game and the opponent itself? And he talked about how San Jose is a tough opponent. It was a tough game, and they're coming here as a visiting team, so they're here to press, they're here to push, which is always really tough as a visiting team. But he is slowly getting more comfortable with the group as a whole and learning everybody. And as that comes, the situations and the chances created for goal are just going to get much, much easier, and he's going to be able to finish a lot more of those.
Luis, convirtiendo goles con miras a ir con tu selección próximamente o vas paso a paso?
Sí, por supuesto, quiero volver a estar en una situación obviamente en la cual la selección ya no está clasificada al Mundial, lastimosamente, pero quiero seguir estando, quiero estar en un futuro y obviamente aportar a mi selección, que es lo que obviamente uno como futbolista desea.
The question was about playing with his national team, and unfortunately at this moment in time, Paraguay is out of being able to qualify for the World Cup, but he hopes that in the future he still continues to be called up to the national team and to be able to represent his country well.
Luis, I know you guys as a club are satisfied with 8 points through 4 games. What do you feel like is the mood about pushing forward to reach that next level?
Que el equipo está satisfecho con los 8 puntos en 4 juegos. ¿Cómo se siente el grupo ahora con este próximo break y siguiendo a la temporada?
Bueno, muy bien, contento porque fueron puntos muy importantes para el equipo, para nosotros, para seguir, obviamente, pensando en hacer un gran año, es lo que queremos. Realmente esperamos seguir de esta manera después del descanso. No importa los días, pero vamos a seguir trabajando y vamos a seguir mejorando para volver a estos triunfos que son muy importantes para el club.
Yeah, I think the team overall has performed really well. They've gotten some really, really important points, and it's a great way to start the season. And now as they're heading into the international break, well, it's a break, they're definitely going to still continue to work really hard as they continue into the season.
Luis, tu conexión con Bebelo cada vez más se ve que se compenetran mejor. ¿Es importante para ti en tu juego que tener ese feeling con Bebelo en la cancha?
Sí, más allá que sea importante, es un gran jugador, yo le admiro, tiene una calidad tremenda y para un delantero es mucho más fácil jugar con un jugador de esa forma, de esa calidad tan buena que tiene y bueno, esa conexión va mejorando a medida que pasa el tiempo.
The question was about his relationship with Ray and how that relationship is developing now onto the field, and talked about how while they've known each other, it's a work in progress, but it's always it's so important for a forward to be able to play alongside a player of that quality. And, they're friends, and he just admires him so much.
How often do your teammates bring up the time that you said you'd score 25 goals in a season?
¿Cuántas veces te reclaman la vez que dijiste que ibas a anotar 25 goles?
Bueno, me da un poco de miedo, pero hay que afrontar, uno tiene que tomar la responsabilidad, obviamente. Y bueno, vine para hacer goles, la cantidad obviamente van sumando, que eso es bueno, es buena señal. Y espero continuar así, ayudar al equipo y bueno, todos los compañeros, cuerpo técnico me dicen, faltan tantos goles, pero pienso en el presente y hacer lo que venía haciendo, que trabajar duro y obviamente convertir goles.
Coming back, it was a little scary to have to kind of live up to that. But you know, you have to take responsibility for having said that. And he gets it from his teammates, from his coaches, and every now and then they'll give him an update. There's 20 left. But you know, he's here to score goals, and that's what he's going to try and do.
Yeah.
Did Robin's cross take a deflection? And if so, did you feel like you had to adjust to it on the fly there?
Que si el pase de Robin se saltó o tomó una defensa.
Se desvió, sí. Bueno, se desvió y cuando hubo el desvío, creo que el desvío ayudó un poco para que el balón entre entre el portero y en el medio del balón ahí. Y bueno, fue creo que la desviación que hizo un poco que la asistencia sea un poco mejor.
It did deflect, and he actually thinks it probably made it a little bit easier for the direction that the ball was going. So it definitely made the assist a lot better.
Yeah. Gracias.
Thank you, Luis.
Muy bien. Okay.
Brent, this is the fourth different back line in 4 games. What do you think has been key given all the transition lines they have? 2 clean sheets and 2 goals.
Yeah.
2 games ago.
I think you got experienced players. I think that really helps. You have guys that really know their position and understand their positioning within their position. It helps things a lot. And then even Hassani, you know, he's done it quite a bit in the past, and he's proved that when he's called upon to play right back or left back, that he can get the job done. So just trying to do all the little stuff, good communication, talking things out, having a good shape, and then, yeah, experienced guys.
How difficult was the field tonight for you?
Not nearly as difficult as Red Bull. I'm holding on to this. I haven't seen anybody talk about it. Red Bull was the first time I've ever played in MLS where they didn't wet the game before or at halftime, because it was lightly snowing before the game, so it technically is precipitating, so they had the option of not wetting it. We couldn't move the ball, and that suited them. Of course they did. It's gamesmanship, right? They play a very direct game. They play for second balls. The field's not in great shape, but the ball moves quick. So at least, you know, we were able to move the ball, and guys were able to dribble out of things. Last week you saw the ball kept getting caught underneath guys, and it kept getting poked away. It's not really on our attackers. The field was very, very difficult. And I have confidence. It's early on, right? We had a brutal winter. They'll get that field in better shape.
Brent, obviously 8 points through 4 games to a game is, you know, supporter shield level type pace, but it's kind of a thin margin in the way that you guys have done it.
Yeah.
How do you look at kind of where you guys are at and what level, what you need to do to reach that next level?
Yeah, we got to hold ourselves to a high standard. You're right. Like in that game, for example, we should be more clinical. We should put that game away. You know, you never know. Things could happen there, and we could have given away that game, or at least taken a point. So when the game's open like that and we have all those chances, we need to be killers, man. We need to put those games away, because we're not going to be able to always see those games out without conceding. So I think that's one way we could do it. You know, the road performances have been really good, and that's a good start. So, but yeah, when we're at home and we have a lead and teams are chasing the game, I would like for us to be more clinical.
Can you compare where you are and how you're feeling now compared to where you were after 4 games last year?
Yeah, I don't really remember, you know. You know, it's like I remember last year though there wasn't a panic in the group, and that was partly because we had good leadership. And you have some really experienced guys that high character guys that were just keeping everybody going and training and week to week in the preparation. So I just remember there not being really a ton of panic last year. But yeah, mathematically, it's definitely better to be out in front.
What was it like playing against Calvo and Jan, and did you get a chance to see Francisco's step on Robin?
No, I didn't even know. I figured there was something there when they did the check, but I haven't seen it yet. Did you think it was worthy of a red card?
He stepped on his ankle pretty good.
You did? Yeah. Yeah, it's a soccer game. We're all competitors. When you step between the lines, those friendships and brother-in-laws and all that stuff, it kind of goes out the window for 90 minutes.
Yeah. How you guys handle that pressure you just said about being like you're having a little bit of panic right now? So how are you guys handling that pressure right now?
I think it's just we just keep the preparation, and one of the goals is always to get better during the course of the season. So you always want to be taking tiny steps forward. So we can just keep building upon the things we're doing and do them a little bit better, and I think we'll be good. So I think a lot of it's just going to be in the preparation, the training week to week, and just making sure we're doing the little things right. Keeping it solid, not letting things get loose, and we'll be fine.
You brought it up. Was there anything extracurricular with Eric a couple weeks ago?
No. It was clean, friendly.
All good for Brent? Thank you, Brent.
All right, thanks guys.